Hello, Oakland. I am here in Channel 4 Studios and Village Hall with Adam Woodworth, the president of the Children's Museum. Well, you're executive director.
Executive director, yeah. We don't want to tell Kevin Mathers that I'm president because...
Yeah, that's his job.
That's his job.
That's his job. So, Adam, how long have you been involved with the Children's Museum?
I have been here a little over 10 years now. So
Wow.
I was hired when we were in the old location, which was over on 9600 East Shore Drive by the little lake. Used to be the ice house for when they would ice skate out on the lake there.
Yeah.
And so I was hired I was hired in 06 to get the museum moved to the new space, which we did in 2009.
That original building was about the size of someone's garage, like a good-sized garage.
Yes, it was a 30 by 30 room, and we are now in 900 square feet, and we're now in an 11,600 square foot facility. So we've been there. I can't really say like it's new anymore because it's been 7 years. So
It's still pretty new.
it's fun.
It's still pretty new. So, and it looks new, and when you think of all the traffic that goes through there, it's amazing that it still looks clean and new. And how many visitors come through there?
We get
every
on
year?
average 75,000 visitors a year, and
Wow.
our staff is busy cleaning, picking up, repairing exhibits, putting on programs. So it's very multifaceted in their responsibilities.
So in case a resident may not know where you are located, where are you located?
We are right by Patriot Station, which is the metro station here in Oak Lawn.
Okay.
95th Street and just
51st
west
Avenue.
of, yeah, just west of Cicero.
Yeah,
So
yeah, very good. And so you obviously attract a lot of people from Oak Lawn, but surrounding communities too.
we do. When you look at where people come from, we have visitor data. So everybody who comes into the museum gives us their zip code. And from that, we're able to create a heat map to show where visitors come from. And our top city, when you factor in birthday parties and field trips, is the city of Chicago. But that's because it's just such a large population.
Right.
But we pull visitors from Northwest Indiana, from Joliet.
Wow.
And yeah, they really do come from all over to visit us. We do an annual program called an Easter egg hunt for kids with
I've
disabilities.
been there, yeah.
And we have a mom and her son who drive down from the Wisconsin Dells to specifically for this program. So
Because that event is unique in the Midwest. There is no other place having this type of...
yeah, I don't know of anyone that's doing it. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't heard. So as far as I know, we're one of the few that are doing it. And we have everything from beeper eggs for kids who are blind. We have Girl Scouts there to help, so parents can just enjoy and take pictures. And we feed breakfast to everybody. It's a free event.
Yeah.
For them too. So.
And kids with disabilities, no matter what the disability, whether it's a physical disability or a mental disability, a lot of times they can't participate in the regular activities by a park district or a church or something. They can, but they feel it's. So.
Well, the first priority is always inclusion. I mean, it's always making sure that kids are included in everything. But there are those times where it is difficult, and this provides an opportunity for those families to. And I have a child. I mean, I have a 20-year-old with cerebral palsy, so I know I've been there. I've gone through that whole thing. So.
Yeah. So you have a lot of different exhibits there. They're always changing. It seems like you're always adding new things. So if someone went there last year and they come this year, it's a totally different experience sometimes. So what types of exhibits are there? Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, we have a little. First, I want to talk about our mission, if I may.
Sure.
Our mission is to positively impact a child's potential in life through play-based education. So we are all about play, the importance of play. A lot of people, think of play as not being. It's kind of go play, but there's so many good things that happen in play: critical thinking skills, social skills that kids don't necessarily get elsewhere.
It's really how we learn, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
It is, and
because if something's fun, you learn it right away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and when it's hands-on as well, and kids need that opportunity. We tend to, as parents, want to overschedule our children, and that unstructured play is so important. So if you're going to schedule your child's activities, take an hour or 2 hours a day for unstructured play, and just put that right on the calendar.
Yeah.
I think it's important. But getting to the exhibits, we have science exhibits, we have art exhibits. We have one that's a little bit historical with our 9/11 exhibit
Yeah.
with the beams. We have theater, which is fun. Kids can go in and dress up. We have a green screen, so you just put the app on your phone. It's a free app. Put it on your phone and choose some backgrounds, and the kids can
That's
do
great.
a little video or whatever, take some pictures. We have an exhibit, we were talking about the egg hunt, we have an exhibit called What If? That exhibit explores what if I had a disability, and in this case, right now, it's what if I had hearing impairment. So there's some basic sign language that's taught there, some headphones that you put on and hear someone talk to see what it might sound like
Yeah.
if you had, and not that anyone's ever really going to understand what it's like to have hearing loss unless you have
Right.
it, but the hope is to put
Yeah.
a little bit of empathy, understanding into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So we're going to phase that exhibit. So one of the next phases that we're actually working on now, which you'll appreciate,
Is
is
the vision?
Is the vision.
You and I have talked about this
have, and that
since for years.
That was actually phase one initially, and
Yeah.
then a partner came along through Signing Time, the makers of those videos, and said, would you guys consider doing hearing first? And I was like, sure, why not? It helped us push that exhibit along to get it done. And but we're going to go into vision. We're going to go into what if I only had the use of one arm, and we'll have activities for kids. We'll have a shirt with one arm, and they'll have to do activity. And the neat thing about that is that we can use the entire museum for that. So so go to the build it area. How do you hammer a nail into a board with one hand?
Go to the marketplace and try to get done what you need to do.
Right.
And
Pushing the cart and that kind of stuff. So, so kind of, again, helping to build empathy. Not really, you never really are going to understand that unless you're in that situation. But
do you still have the eggs hatching?
we do have that exhibit. We don't have any in there right now.
Okay.
But usually that's a springtime
Okay.
summer event.
Got it.
And then the person we're able to get the eggs from, they do take the chickens back, so that's good.
Good.
So
Good.
they have a nice, nice farm home to go to.
That would be a problem.
Right.
Very good. Very good. And what else is going on there?
But we've got a members event. We do members events 4 times a year.
Okay.
We do
How does one become a member?
Well,
And why be a member?
you come to the museum and you get a membership form and you fill it out and you pay your membership fee and you're a member. It's really that easy. We have a grandparents membership, so if grandparents want to bring the grandkids, we have that. We have a family membership. We have an all in the family membership, and that's an interesting membership because with that one, we're part of the Climb benefit, which includes 5 other area children's museums.
That's wonderful.
So you can be a member, if you're a member at that level, you can go play for free at any of these other 5. And,
How awesome
they
is
have
that?
too, and they can
Yeah.
come and play for free at ours. So
That's good.
it's just a partnership that we have because we all have different experiences. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all independent. We're all 501c3 nonprofit organizations, and we're all about education. But we all do it a little bit differently. We have different experiences, and it's a neat opportunity to if you're a member. The nice thing about being a member, and that membership right now is $135 for the year. But if you're a family of 4,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to cost you $8 a person,
yeah.
so $32 a piece. So in 4 visits, that's paid for.
Yeah.
So we have members who we see twice a week. They come after school and bring the kids after school, let them unwind for an hour, do a little bit of learning. Kids don't necessarily know they're learning, but
So how do you keep it always looking fresh? Whenever I'm there, it looks brand new, everything looks washed, and is this volunteers, is this staff?
yes and yes.
It's an army
yes.
of,
It really is. It's highly staff driven. We have schedules for everything, and everything gets gone through. We are closed on Mondays.
Okay.
Part of the reason we're closed on Mondays is because we're able to do some things on Mondays that we're not able to do when people are in the building, like touch up painting, things like that. Things you can't do when people are there, but we can do those things on Monday. So part of that too, we're painting things fairly regularly. And it gives it that fresh look. And
So if anyone has volunteer hours, could they reach out to you?
they sure can.
And what about if I'm just someone who has time and wants to give back? What type of skill set for adult volunteers are you looking for?
Sure.
What type of, do you have adult volunteers?
We do.
Okay.
We do. For the students, what we ask is that we do 2 volunteer orientations a month. So a student has to come to that in order to volunteer at the museum, because that's where they're going to learn all about resetting exhibits and the things that we're
Sure.
going to have them do. For adult volunteers, 18 years and older, if you have a skill set, if you're a carpenter, if you're an electrician, if you work in IT, if you are an artist, if you have a skill set that you would like to share with the Children's Museum, we would love to talk with you. All volunteers who are 18 years and older do go through a criminal background check.
Good.
That is required.
Thank you.
And
That's good.
Yeah, no option. You either go
Yeah.
through it or you don't volunteer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
Good.
way it works. So,
That's good.
but we have a variety of people, and we've got 2 or 3 people that help us with IT support.
So you're getting a little bit into technology with the kids, and it's called STEM. What does that mean?
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Okay.
I like to call it STREAM because I think we need to put arts in there, and I also think
Yes.
we need to put reading in there, because without reading, literacy is so important. So the L didn't really fit for literacy, so I use the R to put reading. But yeah, that's one of the
That's
the
good.
areas that those areas are true focus areas for us.
Very good, very good. So if someone had expertise and they had an idea for a program or something, they should reach out to you.
Absolutely, yeah. Reach
Good.
out to us. Couple things. We have an exhibit in there, a nano exhibit that gets into the science of small, is what we call it. We are also partnering with the same group that brought that together, and that was a collaboration with the National Science Foundation, the NICE Network. There's a few others. Minnesota Science Center was part of that collaboration initially, and they are now going into a building with biology. So we're gonna start maybe introducing some biology. It's in the
Excellent.
very, very beginning stages of what
The more
they're
science, the better. That's great.
doing.
That's,
Science, it's important. One of the things you talked about was screens in the museum, and that is a double-edged sword with us, because on one hand, everybody has one of these and they're attached to that screen. And that's one of the comments that we get a lot, is that parents like that we don't have a lot of screens in the museum. So you want to stay up with the current and the technology, but you also
Right.
want to keep
Right.
with the basics. So it's
Right.
finding that balance.
and kids really learn by doing with their hands, touching it, moving it, seeing it, smelling it, all of those things. Hopefully not eating it, but they
Right.
learn that way too. And yeah.
Yeah.
So the more dimensional, the better. The more senses you involve, the better. So that's what I love about the Children's Museum.
And we do take donations. We do take donations, in-kind donations. So if somebody said, "Hey, here's a case of copy paper. Thank you. We are a 501c3 nonprofit."
Good.
So we're always accepting donations. About 60% of our revenue comes through the door. So that's people paying. It's the membership. Birthday parties, field trips, we
Yeah.
do those too. But in order for us to keep our price where we could keep it, and all children's museums are like this, we have that philanthropic
Good.
part of us that that's really what helps get the new exhibits in, the programs, helps keep it looking fresh.
You have some major sponsors too.
We do.
And that really helps. But
We do.
every donation's
Yes,
something that's useful and appreciated.
absolutely.
So you do quite a few events throughout the year. We talked a little bit about the egg hunt, but you also have, like the Mad Scientist Princess Ball thing, and
They have the gala event we do.
Oh, your gala! How could I forget that? Yeah.
We have our New Year's Eve party.
Okay, what's that?
That is, it's on New Year's Eve, and at noon we have a balloon drop. And this year we're doing our balloon drop. We've always just kind of thrown them out over our little house that's in there. But this year we are actually going to hang balloons from the rafters
Cool.
throughout the second floor, and we're going to do this big balloon drop. So,
That sounds awesome.
So staff are working on that now.
See, in Oak Lawn, we celebrate often the Irish New Year's, which I think is like 6 p.m. or something. But yeah, so noon, that's even better.
Well, see, and this is the parents can spend time with the kids, and then if the parents want to
Yep,
go out that
yep,
evening,
yep.
they're able to do that. They've spent time. They've had the balloon drop, and
Well, the balloon drop is going to be fun. I hope you get it on video. And
yes,
yeah, good for you.
You'll have to come out.
I would like to. I'd like to. Very good. You just had your Fall Fun Fest.
Yes.
What a great event.
Thank you.
This draws people not only from Oak Lawn, but everywhere, and it's free, and there's so much to do, and you know, I think you make it better and better every year. What were some of the attractions this year?
Well, the train is always a big attraction. There's a picture up here floating around of the train.
Yeah.
That is always a big hit. We had the Irish dancers come out. That group, the Taekwondo kids who do that. We get a lot of, you know, we can bring in the bigger entertainment. You know, I mean, that does cost money to do that, and we can get sponsors for that. But what we found is that a lot of, you know, the families are looking for family things to do. So we've had dance groups come out and perform, and just making it a fun family
I think that's
day.
more wonderful than you know.
It actually brings more people.
Though it was pretty cool seeing Batman, I think, last year.
Yeah, we had Batman last year. We had Spider-Man. We had some of the Star Wars characters last year. Cabela's was back out this year with that fishing thing that they do. We had, you know, and of course, you know, Oak Lawn Fire Department and the police department, thanks to them, they, you know, brought out a truck in the Dare car, which is always a hit. I mean, you know, I've always said that you could take a fire truck and park it 50 miles in the middle of the desert around nobody, and there would be a line of kids waiting to see it, you know.
Exactly, exactly. And our first responders are always out there making a very positive impression, so it's always great to see them out there. And you have field trips coming all the time. Where do they come from?
All over. We've had them Brookfield area, Frankfort, Indiana.
Does anyone take the train in?
Yeah, actually, there is a group. It's a group out of Orland. I don't remember the school name off the top of my head, but every year they hop on the train in Orland. They take the train, come to the museum, then they eat lunch, and then hop the train back.
It's a great field trip.
Yep. And then we're also a stop for one of the Orland Santa stops too.
Okay.
So they take the train to Oak Lawn, and then they come to the museum for a little bit, and then they have some stuff at the train station. I guess.
Good.
So.
That's good. That's good. So what's next for the Children's Museum?
Oh, what's next? There's always something going on. Probably right now, you know, we're getting geared up for that members Halloween party. It's a members only event.
Okay.
That's toward the end of the month.
Is it on Halloween itself?
No,
Okay.
we do it a week before.
Yeah.
Usually the Friday before, and then in November we're doing got a small grant to. And we're partnering with District 123 and Penny Lane.
Wonderful.
And it is the importance of parent engagement. And it's a program / training that we're running specifically for parents in District 123 and Penny Lane, because that's how we were able to get the grant. But it will be a nice evening event.
Nice.
And, it will be just about, you know, modeling parenting and things to, you know, how to play with your child. I mean, some people don't know, and you know, and it's sometimes it really is just as easy as getting down there and getting into it. And one of the things I always tell parents when they come to the Children's Museum, let the kids lead the play. Let them be the ones that say, hey, let's go over here. Let's go do this. Because this is their time to explore and you follow along. We spend so many times trying to lead our children.
Right.
In the Children's Museum, you can actually.
It's great
let them
advice.
lead.
It's great advice. That's great advice, and it's just a safe and wonderful environment. And you know, when you go up that stairway, you just feel like you're entering another world, and it's just a really, really wonderful asset in our community.
Thank you. It's funny because I have parents that will, you know, new people who come in. I get to meet them, and if I'm downstairs, and they'll say, "Oh, have you been upstairs yet?" And I'm not kidding. A lot of people, "Oh, you have an upstairs too?" Like, "Oh yeah, we have an upstairs," and you know, it's 3 times as big as the downstairs. So
yeah, and the downstairs has a store, so if someone's looking for a gift for someone, last minute gift,
all educational toys.
Yeah, so you could stop in. You don't have to pay to be an admittance fee. You could just shop in the gift store, get the gift you need, get on your way to the birthday party, and you're good.
We've been told that we have a lot of Melissa and Doug products that other people don't have, and I don't know if that's true or not. I guess it is. I mean, they tell us that. And then we just partnered with a small business right out of Oak. They're starting. They're from Oak Lawn. It's called Earlyvention, and they do a lot of stuff for sensory type toys.
Nice.
For mostly kids with autism.
Nice.
So we're started carrying a little bit of their product too, which is kind of been flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
There's a big demand for that.
Yeah.
So
Very good. Well, what else, Adam? Anything? We've gone through so many.
so much. I mean,
Yeah.
we're looking at next year redoing our sand and water table area. That's
Good.
something we're looking at doing. We're talking about the Earlyvention. We're looking at putting in a sensory area in the museum.
Good.
So
Good.
doing some expansion on
Well,
some of the other.
I would love to
exhibits.
find a way for it to be even more,
Yeah,
and we've talked about that too, and we're working on it.
absolutely.
We're working on it.
Absolutely.
Nothing else? Just
I could talk all day long, and I know probably the video has so much capacity.
So if someone wants to come check it out, what are your hours generally?
Generally, it's 9:30 to 5 every day. During the winter months, starting actually in October, we're going to be open evenings on Friday till 8.
That's nice.
Then Saturday 9:30 to 5, and Sunday 10 to 5.
Nice.
We do private parties.
Okay.
So if somebody's looking to have
Event or
an
something.
event, we've had other nonprofits rent out the museum for fundraisers for their nonprofit, which is fine. So
Do you have adult events there too?
we are talking about doing an adult. We did a mom's night out a couple of years ago, but we're talking about doing a night of play just for the adults. So some other children's museums have done it
Yeah.
and have had some success.
I've been to one at the downtown one years
Okay.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I've heard they can be really fun. So
Yeah.
you just never know. We get an idea, and if people are always bombarding us with ideas, and sometimes they'll give us an idea, and it's a great idea, but it's like anything else. We need the manpower and the money behind it to bring them to life. So the fundraising becomes that much more, particularly with the exhibits. I mean, that's where it really becomes important.
Well, I want to thank you so much,
Thank you.
Adam, for coming down to our beautiful new studio.
I love it. I
we're
love your pictures too, by the way.
Well, thank you for sharing these, and we're renovating Channel 4. We're going to have a different backdrop in the future, but
Feel free to use this for anybody you interview. I would be okay with that. With my
It's
permission.
fine. What great photos! What a great resource! And thanks for all you do. And
Thank you.
we'll put the contact info for the Children's Museum if people have questions on the website. And you have a Facebook page and
Twitter and
a
Instagram
newsletter and all of those things. So if you want to know what's going on, very easy to find you. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best.